Cash, and welcome back to Cash Talks Football, where we break down all the goals scored in the Premier League. Yes, we do technical breakdowns, we don't do fan nonsense, but if you like what you hear, don't forget to do a subscribe-y thing. You know how to use the internet. But yeah, we do technical breakdowns, and right now this game could have finished 9-9, and you would have gone, yeah, whatever, whatever. But we're going to talk about the record-breaking Cole Palmer in his 4 goals in the first half of the Premier League, but also we're going to talk a little bit about how games can just become out of hand with goals and energy when people score and don't score, because pretty much everything was done in the first half. But right now we're going to talk about this first goal here, because it wasn't a great defensive game at all by any stretch. Both teams were just giving chances away for, I don't know, just like little tokens. Here, you can have a go, you can have a go. Especially in the first half. The first 30 minutes was just chaotic, absolute chaotic. But this goes down to this first goal here conceded just because of a little bit of just know-how, no old-fashioned defending right here. So when this ball comes in, comes back here, just try to get rid of the ball, even just give it out for a corner because, well, maybe you're not quite sure of your surroundings. No, but what they decide to do is try to play hipster, passing it out of the back football, and I'm not sure what the keeper does. He basically has a brain fart and gives a goal away. Don't worry, all the keepers in this game have a brain fart and they give goals away. If you keep playing against these two teams, you're gonna score goals. Sorry, a little bit tongue-tied there. But also, I think Chelsea have turned the corner a little bit. I won't be surprised if they end up in the top 4 if they keep this form going. I am going to be doing a long-form video, bit of a live, explaining what Chelsea's transfer policy really is, how will football dynamics build, and how talent flows, and how you get these cycles of the Man Uniteds and the Man Cities. It's going to be an interesting video, so make sure you look out for that. But right now, when this ball goes back, look, you see it here, he turns and he gives it here. All this guy's got to do is a decent clearance, and he doesn't do it. What he ends up doing is hitting the ball right there, and the keeper just needs to stand there and let his team deal with it. Just let them deal with it, and then you deal with any repercussions after that. That's what you're looking to do. Not necessarily get involved in the first contact, but he tries to. As you can see, now he's starting to commit. The balls are still in the air, and he thinks he's coming over here. Just stay back. Let your defenders deal with it. You don't know what's going to be happening, but when you jump up and make a mistake like this, you definitely know what's going to be happening. But also, from a keeper's point of view, he's jumping up, probably thinking that he's going to get a free kick if he makes any contact with any sort of player. So when he doesn't make contact with the ball, he's probably assuming he's getting a free kick. And as he jumps up, heads, boom, there's nobody in the goal. It's trickling into the corner. The keeper's down here after punching some kiddie in the side. And yeah, it's 1-0 to Brighton, but it's not going to be for long. Right here, this is an awful pass. This guy's been out for a couple of weeks, and he ends up catching the ball. I don't think it shows it in this replay, but when I was watching it live, you can see it. If that's his foot, he gets it nowhere near where he's supposed to on the front part of his foot. He catches it right here on the heel. He's a bit panicking. The ball's underneath his feet a little bit, and he doesn't get a clean quality strike, and ends up just basically playing a simple through ball for the Chelsea player, for Jackson. Now, Jackson himself in this game could have had a couple of goals. And what's going to happen if he doesn't start shooting and taking some of these chances? He's just going to start passing the ball because, well, he's getting rewarded for passing the ball because somebody else is scoring. But some of these chances that he's passing, and they just get cut out, he should really be taking these shots on. But right now, off he goes, boom, straight in. This should be a first-time finish right past the keeper. But he just doesn't have the confidence. Pretty much most good strikers in the Premier League, that's what they're doing. They're putting that ball straight in, straight past the keeper, and it goes to the net box. He doesn't. However, what he does do, he gets a pass off. He gets the ball caught under his feet because he panics a little bit because the keeper comes out on him, and his current reign of form and the press, by the way, the press can have a huge influence on players, and that's why I think Trent's ending up going to go to Real Madrid at the end of the season, because I think the press have bullied him enough in this country about he can't defend, which he can, and he's going to go. But that's another video altogether. But however, this little pass here, little Jackson, he gets it confused. He almost makes a mistake falling over, but he gets it away to Cole Palmer, who's the star of the show today. Cole Palmer just gets to put it into an empty goal and gets his first goal of many. This next goal is Jadon Sancho. He's actually looking like he's trying to play a bit of football. There's a couple of mistakes he was making in the game where he was fouled and he turned, instead of just playing the game, which he would have done much better off doing, he's turning and yelling at the referee. He needs to cut that out of his game, because if he just carried on playing football, he would have done so much better and maybe even got a shot off. That was way later on, and it's not in any of these highlights, unfortunately. I can't show you that. But here, he ends up beating his man, goes right past him, and then drives into the box, which is a decent drive. Actually plays a little 1-2. He ends up making his run forward though, and he gets taken out just inside the box here, and you can see why, because the Brighton defence is all out to lunch, and they were for quite a lot of the game. There we go, his little layoff. I think this guy's Endo Fernandez. He's laying the ball into his path, and there's two players. Pick your poison, whichever one fouls him, and buddles him to the ground here, knocks him flying as he's running on. But also, I think Jadon Sancho is looking for it. He's got to be careful, because he is a young... Well, is he young anymore? I can't remember. You can't be diving... honestly, if he just stayed on his feet, and this is what I was talking about earlier, he might have just finished that ball off himself. But he doesn't. He goes down, gets the penalty, which Cole Palmer dispatches. This is his 10th penalty. He scored 10 out of 10 now, on a good reign of form on the penalties. I did hear a thing about him. He doesn't even think about it. He just hits it. Well, I'm not quite sure that's true, because I've seen where he's put the ball on those penalties, and some of them he's knocked straight down the middle of the keeper. But let's get on to the next goal. This next goal was a worldie from Cole Palmer. Maybe someone good like Man City might say, oh, no, wait, he came from there. Yeah, this is just a quality free kick. I don't think the keeper can get anywhere near to this. He does take a step over, takes a little step to his side, and then tries to get that. But the ball is legitimately right in that little top corner of the net box. I don't think he's the only way he's getting there is if he's standing on that side of the goal. And if he's on that side of the goal, there's no point having the wall there. So it's a complete farce. It's just a quality free kick. And sometimes when someone scores a good goal, you put your hands up and go, well done. And this is one of those. Fires it into that top corner. It's just a great shot, great goal. Well done, young man. Before I show you this next goal gifted by by Chelsea to Brighton, I want you to look at the goalkeeper. Look at where he is facing. Look where his standing foot is facing. Look at where his shoulders are facing. Yet he's trying to pass the ball that way. He can't see what he's passing the ball to. He's got no idea. And he ends up just passing it to one of the Chelsea teammates that's just so much under pressure. He doesn't know. He just, can't sort of comprehend how much pressure he's under, because he can't actually see what he's doing. The old adage about play the way you're facing, it's kind of true, but it's kind of false. What he really wants to do is face the way he wants to be playing. So this is where his shoulders should be when he's receiving that ball, so he can see all the way down the field and decide where he's going. If his shoulders are shut off and he's only facing this way, he's in a situation where that's the only place he can really pass the ball. Otherwise, he's going to put his team in all sorts of pressure, and they're going to score on him, which they do. So from this angle, you can see what I'm talking about, because of course the keeper, what we just showed you, is facing this way. His standing foot is facing this way. His shoulders are facing this way. But yet he passes it to this cat here, which he can't really see that this guy's already read the pass, because he's telegraphed himself so obviously. He's squeezing it up so quick, he can't deal with it. Look, boom. There we go, and it's too quick, and he's on it like a flash. And also, the pace of the ball's just too slow. So it gives the Brighton players time to react, time to shut it down, and time to take it off the Chelsea guy's foot. And then it's just a tap in the goal. And of course, the keeper's so far out of the goal, it makes it really easy for this guy just to find the back of the net. And that's exactly what he does. Now, this is 2-2 at this point, I think. Is it 2-2? No, 3-2, sorry. So it's 3-2. And then what happens in football is... if the other team scores, which they do, and make it 4-2, the energy of the game sort of goes a bit funky. Because even at 3-2, Brighton are still in with a chance here of tying this to make it 3-3. They have some opportunities. It goes backwards and forwards. Chelsea could have gone miles ahead. And if you had said Cole Palmer scored 7 goals, he still probably would have missed 3 or 4 of the chances he had in this game. But what ends up happening is when the goals stop going in, that chaotic to and fro stops. So what ends up happening is it ends up slowly and slowly solidifying as the game goes on. And when the second half starts, if nobody scores early in the next 10 minutes, that is going to be the scoreline. You might get a little goal in extra time maybe, but chances are when this many goals are going in the first half, as soon as that second half starts, everyone's kind of done. Because there's so much energy expelled when you score a goal, euphoria and all these things, especially if you're a defender. It's like all these negative energies. You become drained. And this game's the game. It's over. It's 4-2. We've lost. So that's how players end up thinking. Unless, of course, they get a goal changes the mentality and they go again and they go again. But it didn't, and that's why it ended up 4-2. But let's get on to the next goal. Here he is, our hero of the hour, Cole Palmer, standing here in a big pocket of space. He points where he wants the ball, and it's rolled there. But this is the other key point. Look at Brighton. Look how far away he is from the ball. He can't stop this pass. So what are you doing? He has to get closer. He has to actually try so he can actually get a foot in, because even if the ball went this way, he probably couldn't intercept it. He's too far away, as long as the pace of the ball is correct. So he's really not doing anything defending there. And his teammate behind him should have been telling him just to pressure that ball, get on it. But it doesn't. Gives him too much time to pick out this pass. So as soon as that run starts going, you can see where his body shape is. It looks like he's going inside, but he still hasn't moved. This midfielder is still just watching him. On Cole Palmer goes, quality little ball through, and now he's just got to find the back of the net, which in his reign of form right now and all the confidence he's under, he does that with ease. Straight past the keeper here at the near post, where I think he should have done a little bit better, but again, it's so close to that post. It is just a quality strike. First time in history someone scored 4 goals in the Premier League in the first half. That man's going into the record books. Other than that, I'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football.